to the highest level of accountability. Do you understand what I mean by that? The highest level of accountability means that somebody's going to ask a question, and it's going to be a question that's going to serve your business. It just always is the case. Sometimes there are questions that you don't even know you have until somebody else asks them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it didn't dawn on you to even ask that question, but it brings so much clarity to unlocking other things in your business. And so when you get that unlocking, it's really important to go after it really quickly. Now, before I go into the hot seats, I've got an on-demand group here with us on Zoom. If you want to join us on the on-demand group, you go to getgoodcoaching.com. Getgoodcoaching.com, because when I'm done streaming, I'm going to go and be with them in a much more intimate setting. So if you're interested in doing that with us, we do it 15 days a month. It's called getgoodcoaching.com. You can go register for that and we'll be ready to go. Okay. So this morning I got a message, and I got a message with entrepreneurs that are frustrated. Okay. And I want to start with this because I think we can all attest to there's things in our business right now that frustrate us, right? Put an F in the chat. Everybody's going to think we're swearing at them on social media. Put an F in the chat, right? And so the F in the chat stands for the fact that there is something in your life right now or something in your business that's frustrating you. Welcome to the world of growth. I can tell if you're a great leader because you will solve that problem versus continuously talking about the problem. So for instance, say I had a boss that drove me crazy. I've had a few bosses in my life. I've actually been really thankful that I've had great bosses that have ended up being huge mentors for me. And so, but if I had a boss in my life that I couldn't stand, wasn't easy to work with, whatever that looks like, I would find another way to get the job done without having to have my boss take me out of the game. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is the ultimate level of leadership. When you have a target, you have got to hold yourself accountable to hit the target. Because if you don't hit the target, then all you will do is lose your confidence. So it doesn't matter if you have a boss, it doesn't matter if you have a spouse, it doesn't matter if you have twin babies at home, it doesn't matter if you've got a parent that you're taking care of in hospice. I mean, all of that matters, right? Like from an empathy standpoint. But from a result standpoint, everybody's going to face some rounds and multiple rounds of those challenges. Can we agree on that? But I agree in the chat. Like at some point, you're going to have a parent that needs your help. You're going to have, and hopefully you did what it takes, right? When I had no money, I started putting together a life insurance policy, knowing that someday there would be a good chance I would be married. Someday there'd be a good chance I'd have kids. Someday there'd be a good chance that my mother would need my help. And I didn't want it to take the finances of my current life. Because what if I was going through a hard time in my life and that's when my mom became dependent? Do you guys see what I'm saying? Yes. And so that's why I'm telling you, I've always been a big believer on banking for the rainy seasons. And sometimes a rainy season, well, usually it's not a month. You guys see what I'm saying? Like usually it's not a month. Usually it's a year, 6 months, 2 years. It's a good stretch. Am I crazy or am I right? Right? Am I crazy or am I right? It's usually a pretty good stretch when you go through a hard season. And so that being said, it's wild how a hard season shifts like this based on an increased level of determination. The challenge is when you're going through a challenging season, the last thing you feel like doing is turning up the volume. You kind of would rather just curl up underneath the blankets and just ignore the day, or just be busy doing a lot of things that really don't solve the main problem. Can you guys hear what I'm saying? So it's a blind spot. Put blind spot in the chat. It's a blind spot. You want the problem to change, but the thing is you don't obsess over the problem intensely, urgently enough, because if you did, you would solve the problem faster. So what happens is you will work through your days. Do you guys see what I'm saying? And then ultimately you can blame it on anything you want, but ultimately you will wear the low confidence suit, armor. You will wear that until you absolutely come up against a really hard moment again. and get so effing aggressive on it that you're going to solve the problem. Let's take health, for example, and then I'll start hot seating. Somebody who has health issues, they can see themselves pre-diabetic and then they're going to go into diabetes, but they still are, I'm going to eat better, I'm going to change things, but they don't really. Until they have a diabetic attack. And then all of a sudden they scare themselves and they're in the hospital. And now they're told that they have to use insulin. And now the ripple effect goes down the toilet from there. Okay, like you start using insulin and you are going to have a train wreck coming down. Okay, it just is. And it's unfortunate that there are people on this planet that have my grandfather, my uncle, right? They're on insulin. I dated a guy that I got engaged to, that we got him completely off insulin through food. And it was a wild commitment, right? It was a wild commitment. And he got off all insulin. So I share this with you because some people get off the insulin, put the insulin for anything. Cancer, an empty bank account, whatever, like a challenging kid, a kid going through a bad season, whatever. Like the problem's coming. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like it just, and our level of getting over it is our level of intensity. But yet we've been told in the world that intensity is not great. We are condemned for it by the people that we love. We are told to chill out from the people who love us. And I'm telling you, the only way you're going to get what you want is to raise the intensity, whether you like me saying that or not. I don't know anybody who cures cancer by just chilling out and eating a little ice cream here and there, everything in moderation. It doesn't happen. That sugar will fester and keep the cancer alive. So these same, like success leaves clues, these same things happen when it comes to making money. So you guys ready to solve some problems today? You're gonna have to back it up with intensity, which means you need to be like a dog going after a marrow bone and they can't let it go until everything is licked off the bone, right? Like it has to be like that. Like you're afraid to let go of the bone because if you do, somebody else is gonna take it. Like it needs to be that type of intensity. Otherwise you will burn through very, very, very many years of your life. All right, so let's hot seat. Nicholas Perez, is that right?
Perez.
Why am I echoing?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'm good now. Okay, what's your question, my friend?
All right, so I believe relationships like marriages and partners are important and they actually lead to the success of the business. So if that relationship isn't good, then your business probably won't be as great.
100%.
After listening
what's your question though?
My question is your this approach to the intensity, to the like get it done. How do you navigate or change gears when you get into a relationship like with your husband and now you have to put on a different hat of empathy or whatever it is? Like, do you have the same communication style or is it just intensity?
No, and if I do, it doesn't land well. So in my opinion, you have to find your system. So you guys, has anybody paid attention to what my system is with my husband? What's the thing that if I do it with my husband, we're like always on the same page? Does anybody remember? Anybody, go in the chat, let me know. That's right, miracle walks. So my husband asked me this morning, he said, do you want to go do a walk this morning? And I couldn't, for the first time ever, honestly, I ever said no to my husband around that, is because we had a new homeschool teacher starting and we need to be here. And I really wanted a latte. So I chose the latte and the golf cart to the, true story, to the coffee shop, got my latte, and then came back with him. But it's not the same as when we go for a walk. So I asked him, can we do that miracle walk at the end of today together? And he said yes. So as long as I do that, we have high bandwidth with each other. If we don't do that, because on that miracle walk, we talk about our son, because otherwise we're reactional. Do you know what I mean? It's like, do we like the teacher? Do we not like the teacher? You know what I mean? Like, how's he doing in math? How's he doing in English? Did we sign him up with that pro tennis coach? Like, we get all that out. So we go Zach, we go hardcore business. We talk about Savvy. We talk about Hardcore Works. We talk about the team at Hardcore, right? Like there's some things percolating in me for Jonathan's future that we talk through, right? And so we bounce off husband and wife ideas with each other to make sure that we're really stable. We talk about Highburst, his company, what needs to happen over there. We talk about all that. So first it's Zach, then it's usually Heartcore, and then some of the other companies, and then his company, and then we got all that out. And then usually we talk about like our excitements. It just seems to work that way. But at first we had to create a format around it because we'd go for a walk and just kind of talk about the problems that were happening, and we left out the vision. So does that make sense? So, and almost always, Ash and I ask each other, almost every week we ask each other, where are we between 1 and 10? 10 being we're a 10 out of 10 relationship. And I am a 10 out of 10 with my husband right now. I don't actually know what he is with me, but I'll find out tonight. Cool? But based on the text messages I'm getting, how much he loves me, appreciates me, and how much of a blessing I am in his life, I might be a 10 out of 10 right now, which is a good thing. Anything under a 7, I need to spend some time, most likely in the bedroom. Do you know what I mean? Like, just is what it is for a man, right? And so that's just how I manage my stuff with him, is our meetings are, our walks are meetings, right? So if you could imagine, if we don't have those, then what happens is the intensity of what we're doing during the day becomes, hey, did you take care of this? Did you take care? And there's just no intimacy. And so that's been and I've tried a lot of things. I've tried dating. We hate it. We are better doing something athletic together. It's like, okay, we have to go on a date. What the frick do we talk about? You'd think we'd be able to figure it out, but it's not the case. When we go eat, we want to kick back and just have no pressure. I don't know. We're just the same that way.
How do you guys argue?
We usually argue fast. So like really fast. So we don't, like, if an argument goes sideways, like, well, it has gone sideways if we're arguing, but I leave it to, I learned a long time ago from a relationship coach that I hired to actually find Ash, to always let my husband fix it. And so I don't go to Ash to fix it because he's the man in the family. So he will, I'm telling you, if it lasted 2 hours after a fight, I would be surprised. There's usually a text, a message, or he shows up in my office door and just says, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have either talked to you like that, or I should have been more empathetic around that, or I should have talked to you about this beforehand. I could have led that differently. And then I come with my sorry and I take responsibility for my stuff. So when I was dating before, I was the better man in every relationship. And that's how my coach explained it. And so I fixed everything. So I just took every man's balls away. And so I just don't do that. Even in my business, if I'm working with a man in my business, like Jonathan is a CMO, we haven't actually had a big breakdown. But if we did, I would wait for him to come to me, because he's a man. If he was a woman, I would go to her and I'd work it out. You know what I mean? But I'm going to let the man come to me so that he can stay the man in every relationship. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Interesting. You're welcome. Interesting question. I love it. All right, Dr. Holly Donahue. You guys on the on demand, you should be raising your hand. This is Hot Seat Friday. Like, if you don't have something going on that you don't have a question for, then you don't have enough going on, right? So don't sit passive after I told you intensity is the way to make it happen, right? All right, Donahue, what's up?
What's going on, my dear? So question, 2 big questions. We were talking about investing 150K the beginning of the year. That's on my brain. My other question, and we can get back to that, but my biggest question is, if I sit here with 4 different offers, like funnels, like nutrition, sleep, 7 pillars of wellness, into my flagship, connecting those all together in my mind on the internet.
Yeah. Well, which is also why you're going to do your next VIP day with Jonathan. Right. So that you take all of that on the board and simmer it in. However, the first thing that comes to my mind on that is I would want somebody on my team literally responsible for finding ways to put those funnels into traffic. I would test them first with my list. I would hire a really good copywriter. I would make sure that I don't tell my copywriter what to write. I walk around and I sell them the product, whether it's a free product, paid product, I sell it to them, right? Like through Zoom and we record it. And the reason why that's so important is because the way you sell something is the way that you would talk to your customer or client. A lot of people mess up their copy with their copywriters because they tell them about the product and nobody cares about the product. Do you guys follow me here? If you want to sell something, you need to talk about the experience of it, why you created it, why it's so, like how somebody can use it. So for instance, a VIP day with us, right? There was so many people who asked for VIP days with us. And it's wild that people didn't bang down my Instagram account. Do you know what I mean? Like it's wild. Like we've done VIP days, right? Like you've gone from doctor knowing nothing about online marketing to in a very, very short period of time, you have multiple funnels and you can't even turn it off. You're like, let's go. Right. And that's incredible. Right. So a VIP day, if I was selling a VIP day to somebody, I would say, first and foremost, when you do a day with someone, you are speeding up the learning and the strategy, right? So that's very different than telling my copywriter what's in a VIP day. Mm-hmm. Can you guys hear that? So if and the copywriter is just going to take whatever you tell them and make it sound better, right? And so you have to sell it like pretend I'm selling it to you. I mean, you're already sold on VIP days, right? You do them every year. So it's like, Holly, the next time we do a VIP day together, let's streamline your funnels and then identify where the strongest revenue sources are or traffic sources are so that we can put you in it. So without Jonathan, Jonathan, are you here right now? Without Jonathan, okay.
Yo.
Okay, without like kind of giving away some of our zone strategies right now, I put Jonathan on a stretch to go find traffic. Okay, and Jonathan, how much traffic have you found in a couple days?
Lots. And I just got another commitment 2 seconds ago.
Okay. Okay, so this is powerful, right? So if you kind of jot down on a piece of paper about how many people are you going to reach over the next 5 to 7 days?
I would say at least 50,000 people.
Right? Do you guys hear what I'm saying? So it's important to realize that what you have an asset right now. You have 4 or 5 assets. You have those funnels. And if they were placed in the right places, you could help more people reverse their diabetes. That's what she does, you guys, right? And so you could help more people reverse their diabetes. Now think about for a second, how many children are going to lose their parents?
Yeah, so sad.
Think about how many spouses are going to lose their spouse.
Every
Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, you're prepared now because of VIP days we've done. You are actually really prepared that your next level is actually really thinking about traffic. And then can you take those and put them on different upsell pages and stuff? Like, can those become one funnel? And the little funnel, like not little, but the other funnels, where can we put them out? And then look at them all on the data, on the dashboard, and go, what is your best performing funnel? And when you find that best performing funnel, that needs to go like gangbusters. Does that make sense? Now the game is every week, how many more people is that funnel getting in front of? Not just your email list. Your email list is super powerful, but there are other people who want to partner with you. And whether they're revenue shares, whether they're, you're going to give content to their organization, whatever it is, like, that's like somebody owning that.
Let
get
me
what I'm
chime
saying?
in.
Yeah, go for it.
You do whatever it takes to contact the person. I found a person who is a billionaire. It's very hard to reach her. I contacted her customer service, her Facebook page, her LinkedIn page, her Instagram page, 6 different retail stores that she owns, her brand manager, her rep, the rep for her book, and her talent agency. And I got in contact and I got a yes.
Woo! Okay, but do you see his confidence? Because it fires you up when you win.
Yeah.
It doesn't fire you up when you're worried, right? You have to eventually say, I'm not gonna worry. I'm not worrying anymore. I'm gonna solve the problem. And the problem is always with traffic, you guys. It's reaching more of your ideal customer or client because you want, and remember, everybody do this right now. I want you to write down 3 either industries or people that have your customer or buyer. This is why I love network marketing, by the way. It's like the easiest one on the planet. Right? Write it down.
All right, I'm gonna pop off. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans.
Happy Veterans Day. Okay, so now Keith yeah. Now what I want you to do is notice how intense he was. Right? And people like that, when you're not intense around them, they think you're weak. I hate to say it. They think you're weak and they think you're lazy even if you worked all day because you didn't produce a result. And so remember, go back to the scenario of proximity to who you hang out with. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, all of you guys could go contact the 3 people or look in those 3 industries, and you could go have a partner today. And if you did a VIP day, or you're going to the funnel building workshop at Zone Event, zoneevent.com/gold, get your frickin' ticket. I mean, don't be crazy, right? Like, don't be crazy. John is going to do a funnel building workshop with you, and all of day 2, we're going to be working money strategies around funnels, right? And so you don't get this marketing in you where it's like really easy. You're not going to have a good year next year. Like, the game is not just hustling for sales. Whether you're a coach, real estate, network marketing, whatever, you're missing the game if you don't know how to market. Because marketing is your message, it's your movement, it's why people will enroll with you on whatever your product service is, right? And so you need to be partnering with the right people to expand. Stop being so damn scared to talk to people, okay? So that is my coaching for you. Okay, so I want to test those funnels and I'll look at the data.
Okay.
And then we need to get you booked for your time with Jonathan on the books so that we can get that all, just send me a message so that we can get that all scheduled up and ready to go so that we can streamline that. And you should be asking him about the strategy he's doing.
Okay. And then, yeah, and really quickly, so the 150K is to get the people to the funnels.
That's ads. So the 150K, so you guys, Holly's she's in a different boat now. Do you know what I mean? Like, she came to me in one boat and now she's in a new boat. She's actually, the definition of great leadership is you don't have the same problems. We're moving forward. Do you get what I'm saying? So she's set up. She's ready to go. Now it's just more traffic. So there's partnership traffic and then there's paid traffic. That paid traffic, we're gonna inch it in, right? We're gonna inch it in, but I want you to have VIP day first. We're gonna inch it in. And then like spend like 1,000 to 2,000, no more than 2,000. And we see what the return on investment is. If you spend 2,000, do you make $2,020 or do you make 1,000 and you lose 50%? If you lose 50%, then we want to change, we want to tweak it. And that's the power of being with us. So she is in 1%, you guys. So she is a 1% client, which is my private client base. And so we can stay with her all year on her funnel. Does that make sense? Like, we can tweak it throughout the year. And that's why I have that strategy. I wouldn't give that strategy to everyone. But I know she's safe because she can call me every day. You know what I mean? Or she can call Jonathan. All right. Mwah.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you too. I love my doctors. My doctors are so darn smart. Okay. Raja.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? What's your question?
I'm good. I'm good. Okay, my question quickly, it's about what you're talking about. Actually, it's about traffic. So how to get more traffic, to get more calls with my ideal clients.
Who is your
What I'm
ideal
doing,
client? Who's your ideal client?
I was really focusing on professional women and executives who wants to improve their leadership and confidence. So taking out imposter syndrome, self-sabotage, people pleasing, overthinking stuff.
Wait, you're not in Mentor Me Live, are you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are. Okay, so who's your coach?
Stefan.
Steven.
Yes.
Okay, that's perfect because I was going to say you should be in Mentor Me Live with Steven because your person is on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Okay, so how aggressive are you doing in LinkedIn strategy? Which, by the way, you guys, that Steven is a coach of ours in Mentor Me Live, and he specializes in LinkedIn. Like he's really good at LinkedIn.
Okay, we haven't done much in LinkedIn. What I do is that I'm contacting about 100 people every week on LinkedIn, just sending invite connections. And I'm doing workshops right now. I have like authentic leadership, confident leadership workshop that I'm running. I was running it once a week. Now I'm going to run it twice. He told me you have to do your workshop as much as possible so you get the people in front of you. So now I'm going to do it twice a week. I'm doing it starting next week. It's getting results, but I feel like it's not, I want more than that. Like it's not where I want it to be.
Yeah. But things take time unless you're willing to put down the credit card for the ads. Right. Okay. So so I would look at your conversion rates. Do you know what your conversion rates are?
No.
Okay. So write this down. Look at your conversion rates. When you do a workshop, what is the percentage that purchase? Okay. Yeah. And then you back it in. So Jonathan knows, like, we have a metric, right? And so I want, like, our video sales letter, I want to be profitable. If you're anything 4x or above, you can run ads. Okay. And so 3x, but 4x is really safer to scale. Okay. Which means that 4 times your money. So when he's running ads on something, and Steven understands this well, if you've got a front lead magnet and people are coming through that lead magnet and it costs you $15 or $100, we have one that's costing us $140 to $150 for a $50 buyer. Mm-hmm. That's okay because we put other things in the funnel to upsell, downsell, all of that, and then we liquidate out. Does that make sense? We liquidate our ads. And then they come to the workshop, and then a certain percentage buy, and we're 400% cash back or 600% return on ad spend with attrition. With attrition, right, Jonathan? Is that with attrition to 600%?
Yeah, it's about 850% over the course of a year, about 650 to 700 with attrition.
Which I account for 25% attrition.
Okay.
Okay. And so, which means 25% are going to forfeit. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have the leadership. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so you need to know those numbers, because if you want to move faster, you have to be responsible as the entrepreneur to understand your numbers, because you want to feel safe. If you take out $1,000 and you run ads on something, you want to know, like, I'm not a big fan on just risk blindly. I'm a big fan on, okay, you know, if you're like, I convert 25% like clockwork, the last 3, doesn't matter if you've got 5 people in it or 10 people in it. If you're like 25%, always say yes. Okay, well then you should get yourself excited and go, what do you sell at? What's the price point?
It's a 6-month private coaching at 6,000.
Okay, so now pretend you have 100 people in the workshop. I don't know how many you're getting, but say you got 100 people in the workshop, and 25% is 25, and you charge, is it 6,000 you said?
Yes.
That means you have $150,000 that would come out of that workshop if you had 100 people at a 25% close ratio. So that's how you have to start running your numbers so that then you start pushing your coach,
Okay.
right? They work off your vision. Does that make sense, you guys? So if you find out your conversion rate over the last couple workshops,
Yeah.
then literally just plug in some numbers, right? And then you'll start to get excited, and you can do a call with them where you guys have a traffic call where all the different areas that you can get traffic. And of course, there's always, you can pay an agency to do it. Make sure you talk to them. You're like, here's my conversions. I don't want to be out of pocket. I want to get paid on my lead gen. So how do you suspect we do this? And here's my conversions from this workshop. And they'll work it out with you. Then everybody owns that campaign. Cool.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're all set for Zone event, right?
Yes. I'm coming with my
Okay.
daughter,
Oh, how old's your daughter?
18. Started
that's-
in real estate, so I think she's gonna learn a lot.
Oh, that's so great. And definitely go see Kira at Zone event too, if she's into real estate. Cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. Awesome King. And then this will be the last one on social. And then we'll switch over to the Get Good Coaching group. Go for it, King. What's your question?
Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, because I'm always at the job, but I'm gonna find a way to get on this thing. This is the month that I have to do a launch for my organization, the Souls of Life Society, and I'm
Okay.
doing like $25 a person, only because there's so many people who are underprivileged in my community. I'm planning on putting up signs around the royal farms and stuff like that. And it's going to be King Teasdale for the love of the people. And what I want to do with the website is I want to put in certain meditations and certain prayers that will also be a part of the programs and the coaching that I'm doing.
I love
But
that.
I feel it's necessary because even though I may be kicking in my courses for I would say
can I jump in here, King?
2,500.
So can I jump in here for a second? I really think I don't have a training on this, but I should create one. It's kind of like the summit, but it's called a giveaway. And everybody on a giveaway sells something. And they don't do interviews, just every day you're giving something away that people will invest in. Like, so for instance, it'd be like me giving you $1,000 product that people pay $99 for, right? Or something like that.
Okay.
Usually it's $99. And like Mark Victor Hansen gave at one point his book writing course, right? And so the giveaway, I like the idea of actually raising money to sponsor those guys. Are you guys following here versus trying to pull money from the people who have none? I like the idea of all the money from a giveaway goes to sponsoring. Are you guys following me?
Yes.
To sponsoring. So every, whatever it is, every $40 or every $100 goes to a seat in your course. Does that make sense, guys? And then certify them and then get them into ambassadorship work with you, which means that they have to finish the course, do certain things to be able to graduate from what you're doing. Like in my hardcore leadership training, people have to graduate. Does that make sense? And so if they graduate, then they can become ambassadors and they could actually sell your product and you do all the fulfillment. Do you guys follow me here? So a giveaway is like you get 40 people who all invest. I know you're going to do it this month, but I would like to talk to you about this because you got 20, 25, 30, 40 people to all mail a couple times and they all put out a product. Like it's like the 12 days of Christmas, right, you guys? 12 days of Christmas. Everybody comes in. By the way, the people get tons of leads from this, by the way. But 12 days of Christmas, everybody mails to a registration page. And what it does is it gets all those people access to all of these different completely highly discounted products for like 99
Okay.
bucks. And so, and it makes people feel good that every time they buy something for $99, they're actually sponsoring a low income family or a low income, person to, get off the system, whatever it is. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Yes, no, maybe
Gotcha.
so.
Yes, yes. So
And
it's
John,
$99
any
because
advice on this?
it has to be over 50. It has to be over $50 in order to make any sense, so that you can get other people into the program.
Yeah, I mean, I on a giveaway every day, I have an offer for $99.
Okay.
It's literally, I mean, and all of the authors or creators, they gift that to you. They sponsor in their products. It's very easy to put together, you guys, but they sponsor in their products for free and they mail. And then the money goes to you, but you're applying each $100 to people that fill an application to come through your course.
So they can have something like a scholarship program, sort of.
Exactly. It's very,
Great.
very, very easy to put together, and it is incredibly easy to lead because you don't have to have any interviews or anything. It's just really easy to lead. But ask your question for what you're doing, because I want you to be able to finish what you're doing this month. But I'm telling you, you do a giveaway and you're gonna do really well financially.
Okay. I think you actually answered the question, because my concern was to do the membership aspect for everybody, but my issue was the level of people, because there's going to be people who's going to have to come into a course for like $2,500, but somebody who can't do a $2,500 course, what I needed to do in order to get other people who want the course but can't afford it. And I believe you answered the question. You must have felt the vibration. It must be hardcore here.
Yeah, hardcore strong, baby. Hardcore strong.
You
Somebody
know
put a
that's
hashtag
right.
hardcore strong. Yeah. So
But
yeah, you can. So while you're waiting for me to create this course, because I'm not going to create it before Zone Event, but I'll put it on my course creation for next year, for the first quarter of next year. So I'll put it on my course creation, okay, for Meant to Be Live. But go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and do a YouTube search on how to put together a giveaway.
okay.
Somebody's done a video on it somewhere. I'm sure of it. You know what I mean? I'm sure of it. It's not complicated. It's really simple. And if you wanted to revenue share with the people, you could do that. But you can create maybe a smaller program that people can go through. And I think you should have some sort of a certification for the people who actually get through. They've created XYZ. They've gone over benchmarks, and then they can literally become ambassadors, right? Like, you know what I like about network marketing, which is not what I'm talking about with you, but same concept, is you don't have to do any fulfillment. So you're doing the fulfillment. And if they can make money with you, right, and actually go into a network of people that they already have relationships with and sell your product and get a split, you are again now creating a resource of cash going back into the same community. Does that make sense?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's great. So go map that out on a piece of paper so that you can see it really clearly. But go to YouTube and figure out how to put together a giveaway. Okay?
Okay. Sounds like a plan. I love it. Thank you so much.
Yay! You're so welcome. Okay, social media. Sending you guys so much love. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for allowing me to be here in my sweats today and my hat. We just finished moving into our new home in Puerto Rico, and we're no longer in boxes, which is pretty awesome to the team here at the Hardcore Strong Team Puerto Rico. But it's obviously been let's just say I had a espresso martini last night listening to Let It Snow in the Caribbean. And so I felt like coming with my Psalms hat, my Psalms hat today, representing a little God, while Jonathan's representing a little vets, right? And so we want to say, we love you all. Casual Fridays. I'm excited for you, but definitely stop. I will tell you what I will do today is I'm turning in my program at a glance for Zone Event to our event team, which means your content will be complete for Zone Event. If you are sitting on the fence, or by the way, like Raja, or you guys think about somebody who should be there with you, because I can't replicate Zone Event. Do you know what I mean? It's a huge investment. It's 6 months of our team's effort of just focusing on that. There's just a lot that goes into it. Our team was working late last night, scrubbing the hotel lists and scrubbing everything. Our hotel block is almost complete, which means that we're going to lose our hotel block, which means the prices of hotel rooms are going to skyrocket up, right? And so get into completion energy today and finish either your registration of getting your hotel or getting your Zone Event ticket booked. You can go to thezoneevent.com, or you can go to thezoneevent.com/gold. There's 2 different offers out there, right? You pick whatever one. You can remember the URL that I said. Okay, but also think about, I have always gone to events with my closest friends. My hardcore leadership program would never have gotten birthed if I hadn't enrolled my friends in leadership training before I owned that program. They're the reasons why I play bigger, because they're playing big, right? So don't go to the event by yourself. Don't go with just your mastermind, Mentor Me Live, right? Go with the people that you want to see rise up in your neighborhood. Like you shouldn't be taking vacations alone, right? You want to have your friends around you that are empowered with leadership, with finances. Why? Because they're going to push your ass up. When I said, how do I ever speak on a stage? You want a network around you that says, oh, no, you're going to speak on a stage. Whether you like it or not, Shanda, you're going to speak on a stage, right? Because I said, I don't want to speak on a stage. I said, I didn't name my company Shanda Sumter like Tony Robbins. I needed hardcore business because I never wanted to be on the front platform. Imagine that, right? And I never wanted to be on it. I've never cared if my title is a CEO, CFO, CMO, owner. I've never cared about any of that. But yet the world does. Doesn't it? The world cares if you step up and you speak on the stage. The Lord cares too. The world cares if you know how to land your message and help more people with your talents. Like, you got to learn this type of marketing, but your friends are who keep you on track. And if your friends complain, or they're not resourceful, or they, don't solve problems very well, you know what I mean? Like, if you're complaining about the same thing after a couple weeks, the truth is you're not taking responsibility to shift gears and handle it. Because I'll tell you this, me and my friends, we don't quit. I don't quit anything unless I hit my target. So if I said I was going to make $100,000 a month, I'm going to make $100,000 a month. And if I don't like it anymore, I quit, right? Like, you got to ride that edge. And it is so much easier if you have friends, even family, at the Zone Event. Some of you guys have spouses that if you don't get them on the same page, you don't have the skills to enroll them. Do you know what I mean? Because maybe you have broken agreements with them. Maybe you haven't followed through in the past. Maybe, you know what I mean? But now it's different, right? We're together. We are really good at getting people to take action. I 100% will tell you if I don't believe in you. I will. If you're doing something that I don't believe that you're going to be successful at, I'm going to tell you. And if I believe that you're going to be successful, I'm telling you, when I speak those words over you, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. And so who needs to be at Zone Event with you? Because our hotel room block is about done. We're 17 days out. So any day now, they're going to pull the plug on our link, and you're not going to be able to book a hotel room in a 5-star hotel. And if you think going and staying in an Airbnb is a smart move, you are sadly mistaken and not listening to the coaching. If I lived 3 blocks away from the zone event, I would get a hotel room. And I would do that because I understand the proximity of doing business. I'm going to run into Holly Donahue at the coffee shop. I'm going to run into Raja, you know what I mean? Going out and having a bite to eat. You're going to run into them. If you stay out property, when the curriculum's done, you're going to scoot out because you're going to be tired. You're going to scoot out and you're going to get to wherever you're going to go. And if you go share an Airbnb with people, then you're just going to have a very small experience of the whole event. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? So go to thezoneevent.com/gold. If you don't know the link to book your hotel room and you have a zone ticket right now, you can email us at clientcare at heartcorebusiness.com. Put the word hotel link in the subject line. Then Keith and the team will know you need a hotel link. Put the word hotel link in the subject line and say, hey, I need a hotel link for zone. And be in completion energy today. I don't show up on Shand On Demand to be interesting and take up your time. I show up on Shand On Demand to get you to move into action and create the results that you want. I know that I cannot get you as successful as if you have your network of people that you do life with in that room. So whoever you do life with in that room, get them in the zone room. Whether or not they're an entrepreneur or not, if they are in your ecosystem and they speak into you, get them in the room. It'll change their leadership. It'll change their perspective. Everybody will get on the same page and you will have a much better chance of winning and not backdooring your results. Because guess who you enroll in your life? The people you do life with. And if they buy your BS and you keep pulling back on your goals and your aspirations, then I'm kind of at a disadvantage coaching you. No, the hotel is not full. The link says no rooms. That's impossible. We went through it yesterday.
It's not impossible, Shanda. That is what is happening again.
Okay, so let me see.
So I would like for anybody that goes to it, pull me up, Keith.
1 second. Gotcha.
So Andrea, Abby, Alicia, any of the people that are going to that link, I need a favor, please. And even if you've booked your hotel and you just want to go and help us out, I need a favor. I want you to click on the link for the hotel.
He's fighting with the hotel.
I want you to click on the link for the hotel and I want you to go book, put in your dates. You could put in the 27th through the 30th, the 28th through the 1st, whatever the case may be. If you receive an error, please screenshot that error and send me an email to my email, Jonathan@HeartCoreBusiness. So then that way I can go back to the hotel for you all.
Okay, record it again. I'm recording this for the hotel. Go.
Okay, so Alicia, Andrea, Abby, and anybody else that is clicking on the link right now for the hotel and the hotel is saying full, please go to the link again, put in your dates, screenshot the error message that you're receiving, and then email me personally, Jonathan@heartcorebusiness.com, and we're going to follow up with the hotel right now.
Okay. So, because we walked through this with them again yesterday. So I'm going to try this real quick.
I just tried and it did not work for me.
I just tried also.
So wild.
Screenshots. I need receipts.
I screenshot that also.
Thanks, you guys. We appreciate it because obviously we want our people in the hotel and we've had some challenges with this. So we really do appreciate it. It means the world to us. So thank you so much. So if you do go to that link, maybe you guys could just go to that link and get that error, take a picture and send it to
Yes,
Jonathan.
please.
Because on social media, it's Jonathan@heartcorebusiness.com, JONATHAN, JONATHAN, Jonathan@heartcorebusiness.com. If you go to the hotel booking link, which somebody has to go post on social media because they won't know what it is. Awesome. And if you try and book a hotel and it says that it's full, we really appreciate us letting us know because we've been going through the runaround with this hotel. And it does matter if you're staying in the hotel. It really does matter. And I want to make sure you're in that hotel and I want to make sure you get the room block that we bought down for you. Okay, sound good? All right, social media, love you. Have a great weekend. Plan next week. I'm planning all my Shanda on demands for next week. I'm a little behind right now, so they're going to get them today, but I will have all that planned for next week. My emails will be written today for next week. All of that will be done so that when I go into next week, I'm ready for the theme of the week. Okay. And if you have a theme that you want me to cover next week, go in the chat right now and tell me what is the theme you want me to cover next week on Shanda on Demand, because I'm creating it today. Put the word theme, and what is it that you want me to create, or what is the theme you want me to have on Shanda on Demand for next week? Listen, I'm here for you. I want to create what's going to move the dial for you in your life and help you the most. So go ahead, write the word theme and tell me what theme you want for next week. And I will look at that when I get done with the On Demand Mastermind, which is you guys on Zoom. Bye.